Look, I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, call it audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the game over with the showstopper. So hot, you gotta blow on it. I said I'll huff and I'll puff, then I'll pass to my left while I'm looking to my right. Hit them right in the chest. It be looking like magic, better give me the throne. I ain't talking about Patrick, but I rep my home. I'm never at the end of my zone. I'm bad to the bone, eating up these pigs.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Texans Fan Battle Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Briggs. I'm here with my A1 since day one, Mr. Crenshaw. Say what's up to the folks.
What up, though?
Man, I tell you, it was a sad day to be a Texans fan, was it?
Another week, another sad week, another sad day. We got 5 more of those, and we can finally end it all.
I'm telling you, it's disappointing. But before we go more in that, let's start with our fans' favorite. What's your most exciting game, team, performance, whatever you want to call it this week?
Yeah, I guess I got to go most exciting game. Has to go with the team that I guess all of us are rooting for the rest of the season. That's the Lions. Jared Goff hit him with the game-winning touchdown with about 5 seconds left. Finally got the dub of the season, and we need a couple more of them for the Lions for the Texans' sake right there. So I got to roll with the Lions on that right there, man. I don't know how the Vikings dropped that ball, but hey, go Lions.
Oh man, I agree with you. I was so pumped when they won that game. When it was like 22-9, I was like, the Lions really? And then of course, Vikings were coming back, but they pulled it up. So good. Man, I gotta say, like, the Patriots game, for throwing only 3 passes the whole game and still beating the Bills, that's gotta be impressive. Like the whole who's better, Tom Brady or Bill Belichick, needs to be put to rest. Like, come on, man. Come on. I mean, that's impressive to do something like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I would have to go that route. So let's flip the script. Most disappointing.
Well, I'm gonna pick it back off you, and I'm gonna go the same game, but I'm gonna go with Buffalo as disappointing because of what you just said. 3 passes and you guys lose. We can't take you serious this year, man. You can't say you a contender and you lost the game with a guy throwing 3 passes. I don't know what happened to the offense with Josh Allen. I mean, just Bill Belichick. I know he's great at what he does, but I mean that's ridiculous, man. 3 passes. So yeah, Buffalo very disappointing.
Oh, for sure. I can't believe especially how hot they came into the season. You thought like, oh, they're the real deal. You know what I mean? Like, Josh Allen's gonna win MVP. They're gonna win the division pretty easily. And now look at Bill Belichick's doing Bill Belichick things. So
yeah,
man, there's some bad teams. I gotta go with the Minnesota. Like, you lost to the Lions, man. Like, what is he doing?
Right.
So, yeah, that was just a bad game. Other than one we're about to talk about here soon. Before we do that, let's talk some NFL news. Breaking on before all the games happened, we had Joe Brady getting fired. Tell us what's your thoughts, brother.
Well, when they first hired him, I thought he hasn't put in enough work to even be considered for OC job over other guys that should have gotten the job. But a lot of people was on his bandwagon because they looked at what he did at LSU. They didn't talk about Burrow and all the other talent wide receivers they had. They just say, "Oh, Joe this, Joe that." So he got the job prematurely. Last year they had injury to their best player. They had four guys over 1,000 yards, so they thought, "Hey, this is the guy." He did interviews everywhere. He even did an interview here, but I still didn't have faith in him because I feel like I said, he didn't put enough work. And then if you look at it, the offense last year, they really wasn't that good. I think they was like 21st or 22nd last year, and then they was like 26, 27 this year. So they actually going backwards. So, but the firing was a shocker. So I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna lie about that. It was a shocker, but I don't think, like I said, he was all that right there. But I'm curious to see who they're gonna get to replace him though.
Man, I, to me, I think he got kind of the short end of the stick. Like, I get it was disappointing, but he did have Teddy Bridgewater looking pretty good last year. I think they finished 6-10, 7-9, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
probably
Um,
6 and 10.
yeah, it wasn't terrible. Their offense looked pretty good. Their defense, man, just couldn't get the job done last year, and it's kind of like they flipped scripts this year. The offense can't get started, but look who you got. You got an old washed up Cam Newton. You got Sam Darnold seeing ghost again, and you got Houston Roughnecker PJ Walker, and then of course your best offensive player goes down with an injury. So I don't know, man. It's hard to say if he deserved it or not. But like you said, I can see why they did it. Try to bring in a fresh new culture, face, whatnot.
With somebody with some NFL experience.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So like I said, I don't know. I wonder if he's going to go back to college or what he's going to do. Like I said, I'm curious to see. I mean, some team might take a shot on him next year and still bring him in as a OC. So we're gonna
I mean,
see.
let's be honest. The first 4 games, he had Sam Darnold looking pretty good. I've been into the hype, and then he came crashing down. So, and of course, that's when CMC got hurt. So I don't know, man. It's it's a tough game sometimes.
Oh yeah, it's very tough. It's very tough, and you got to be consistent. You can't just be good for a month or 6 weeks. You got to be consistent. Week in and week out, or at least majority of the season. Because that's why the NFL, how they say, not for long, and that goes for coaches as well.
Right,
So
right, most definitely.
yeah,
So kind of moving on, we play this team next week. The Seahawks starting quarterback, their franchise player, Russell Wilson said he released today 3 teams that he would like to go to, and there it was New Orleans, New York, and Denver. Correct?
correct.
All right. So kind of, what's your thoughts about it? Where do you think he's gonna go?
Well, me personally, this decision is about him and his wife, Sierra. Sierra. Living wise, pretty sure she wants to stay in New York. You're gonna get all the glory, the glam, everything. The best team wise, man, I think the best talent wise could be the Broncos, but the best team wise would be the Saints. But I just can't see them living down there in New Orleans slash Mississippi area. I just can't see them doing that right there. So I'm gonna go with the Giants all day. And the Giants have the most assets to give up as well to Seattle. So actually the Russell Wilson trade is big for us as well because whatever they get for him, we got to get that plus a couple of picks more for Deshaun. We
Right.
can't get the same, we can't get less. So that's very big. That's something to keep an eye on as well.
Yeah. Man, I think it's going to be New York because, I mean, they do have some players. They have, Barkley, who has shown signs of being back to Barkley mode. They have some good receivers. They can't stay healthy. Their defense is somewhat up and coming. So I think New
Mm-hmm.
York will probably be the better of the three, but I mean Denver looks real good too, especially
Mm-hmm.
if Judy actually has a quarterback thrown to him, he can have a breakout year. Noah Fant too.
Yeah,
So
no offense. Yeah.
yeah,
Man, I
yeah,
mean, they got all their receivers locked up as well. They got a stud running back out of North Carolina. Their
yeah.
defense is always good. So he have a complete he like I say he have like complete talent wise. But like I say, but the best coaching wise on both sides of the ball is the Saints. But if you want the fame and the glory, you go to the Giants.
Yeah. Um. So now moving into news, kind of bringing us to our topic that what we came here for. Texans cut Zach Cunningham after placing him on the bench for disciplinary reasons. Uh, let's talk about it, Merle. What smart, dumb, so
Well, I
so.
mean, they've been trying to trade him all, before the season and during the season. But of course, the contract he has, no one's going to trade for that. He shouldn't have got that extension anyway. Um, he gets a lot of tackles, but that don't mean he's a good linebacker. He missed the holes. He can't cover. I hate the way he tackles so high, man. I don't know. It's like he don't want to get his jersey dirty or what's going on with him. Um, to me, it was a good cut because it's like, Nick is like getting all the bad contracts that used to be and Bill did, over the years or whatever. Um, I like the move. I know a lot of people saying that, we should have got a draft pick for him, but like I said, no one's trading for that contract. So just take the L. I like that, you admit your mistakes. I like that, in the gym or whatever. But the guys we got off the street, Kirksey and Gruger Hill, I mean, they've been doing a phenomenal job. I mean, Gruger Hill just had a franchise high 20 tackles in one game.
And
So
Pierre
I can't,
Lewis has been
yeah,
Pierre Lewis has
Pierre
been lights out
Lewis,
too.
yeah. So all these guys that you got, all three of those guys cost you less than 5 mil when Zach is eating up all what he's eating up. So I like it. What you think?
I like it too. Like I agree with people what you were saying about people like, oh, you say you got a draft pick. People, this ain't Madden. You're not going to get
Mm-hmm.
a seventh round pick for a guy who's on what $12 million. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not happening. And another thing, they're so upset about dead cap space of that 12 million. Look, the cap space can be manipulated so many ways. Like, quit worrying about that and let the man do his job. I mean, he came in with like the least amount of money, and he's created so like I think we're last time I looked, I think we're like in 11th now with the most money. So
Mm-hmm. He flipped it all the way around.
all the way around.
Flipped it all the way around. And we just seen how much the salary cap's going to be next year, $205 million. So they're going to have cap space, and then if they finally trade Mr. Watson, they're going to have even more cap space. So they're going to be okay. Right now, they're looking at 38.5 dead money for next year. That's nothing. They have like 40 something this year, and that's with a low cap. So next year is a higher cap with less dead cap. It'd be okay. But it just, it's the Texans. People gotta complain about every move. You notice every move they've done this year has been a backlash. Every move for a team that
Yeah,
has
like I don't
for
get it.
yeah, I don't get it. For a team to have players that everyone says sucks or who are they? Why are y'all complaining about these players if they're not that good?
Right.
So that's part right there is crazy. I mean, every move, man, every move. It's haven't been a move yet that no one said nothing about, man. I mean, just because they sit a player, oh, what are you doing sitting a player? You know, oh, if they cut a player, why did you cut him? Why did you trade for him? I'm like, golly, man.
Right, like the whole Mark Ingram. trade. Everybody's upset we got a 6th-round pick for him. What do you expect we're going to get for him? A third?
Exactly.
Like we picked the guy up for the league minimum. Like you used to be doing this because he got you something out of Mark Ingram. Like, come on, people.
Yeah, man. It's like I say, it just don't make sense. And whenever a player they have traded or cut, besides D Hop, they haven't been good. I mean, Whitney done nothing. They let go JJ. He's done nothing. Bernard McKinney done nothing. Philip Lindsay done nothing. Charles O, since he's been over there, done nothing. Ingram done nothing. And they
Roby
complain about all these
Roby
players.
hadn't
Bradley
done nothing
Bradley
either.
Roby got mossed last game. Done nothing.
Yeah.
These guys have done nothing. So apparently they doing something right. I'm not saying every move they do is right, but at least on those guys, it was right. You got to show me something. I don't want to see no 1-2 game highlights. Show me consistency that, hey, Texans, y'all made the wrong move. Y'all made a bad move on me and everything. But, that's just the way our Texans Twitter is, the way our media. I think the media more mad at what's going on because when Bill O'Brien was here, they had people inside that they could get the information from. Now he's gone and they fired a lot of guys. They have nobody to get information from. So all they can do is blame Jack Easterby for everything. They're like, okay, it's Jack's fault. It's Jack's fault. It's Jack's fault because they have nobody else to blame because nobody else talking to him. Yeah, if you notice that right there, and how cocky the media is now, then when they had Bill O'Brien, the media was hush mouth. But as soon as he's gone, they're cocky. Same with the players. These players that's talking about Cully, why they didn't have the same energy with Bill? Why y'all want talking Bill? Why didn't get in his face? Why you gonna talk with an older man, Cully, that he's a nice guy, he's not gonna say nothing. But Bill O'Brien had these guys balls. But it's just funny how last year is from this year. But
I'm glad you brought up the whole Easterby thing. Like, a part of me does say he's a problem, but a lot of me saying he's the scapegoat. A lot of Bill O'Brien moves that he made is it. He's getting backlash for it because he's the scapegoat. Because that's the only person people can blame.
mm-hmm.
Like, is a grown man paying money to start a petition to get Jack Easterby fired? You think Cal McNair's like, oh, look at this. He's got 58 signatures to get rid of Jack Easterby. I better get rid of him. Oh, man. No. You're wasting your money. Quit being an idiot. Oh, my God.
Right?
Fucking dingleberries, man.
Like, okay, I do think if they should just to keep the confusion down, the backlash, so the fans won't go in next season with the same thing. I think they should get rid of him and just get him away from the organization to show fans, hey, look, we got rid of him. We heard y'all. We heard y'all voices. Okay, this is the new direction. This is the new Texans, so the fans can have something to cheer about.
Well,
but yes, it's getting sick and tiring hearing about everything is his fault and everything, and people talking about religion. Oh man, he want to get all the religious players. What's wrong with having religious players? I don't understand what's wrong with that.
Right.
So,
well, and a part, not part, but from a good source, he said that Watson wanted Jack East to be there. So now that Watson's for sure not coming back, you get rid of Tim Kelly, you can get rid of your scapegoat, and you can get rid of David Coley. I mean, if you want to keep David Coley for one more year, I get it. But now it's time for Caserio to bring in his guys.
Yeah, bring in his guys. But but this is my thing too. Okay, you get rid of Cully, you bring in a new coach. Or is David, or not David, is Nick going to allow that coach to bring in his DC? Because I kind of want to keep Lovey around, But if it's a new coach, he gonna want all his people, and then Lovey be out in 1 year.
From what I hear, Lovey Smith was not a David Coley hire. It was a Nick Caserio hire.
Yeah, it was Nick Caserio hire. But
So
if you get the new coach, is Nick gonna have strings on this coach as well and say, look, I'm gonna pick this, I'm gonna pick that, or he's gonna let that coach do his thing? Because that Cutler didn't do nothing. He didn't pick none of these guys that's on his staff right now.
So here's the idea. He's coached a team before, took him to the Super Bowl, had a top 10 defense almost every year he coached. Make him a head coach. Give him off offensive minded. Let him go pick out his DC. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could do that. I just hate having defensive coaches.
I did too.
And then
I
yeah,
did too.
yeah, defensive coaches. Yeah, man.
But we haven't had a defensive coach since plus the very first Don Capers. So I mean, you can count Romeo Crennel, but can you really?
Yeah. You want intern Romeo and then Wade Phillips, intern or whatever. Right. I don't know who Lovey's offensive coordinator was, and when he was with the Bears and when he was with Tampa. I mean, unless Pelt be the offensive coordinator. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be very interesting, man, to see. I just want to keep him around. I don't want to get rid of him because he turned the defense totally around, man. I mean, the turnovers, the run, players that people say trash. They got them looking good according to PFF and everything. So,
and another thing, the whole Justin Reed, Zach Cunningham benching for team violating team rules. Supposedly that's coming from Lovie Smith. He's the one saying you're not playing, you're sitting. So I mean, at least he's taking charge. So
hey, I mean, it's like I say, long as they produce on the field, I'm with it. Like, I mean, just go out there and do your thing. And I seen Grenard today. He was talking about the whole Zach thing. And, he was holding Zach accountable for his actions. I'm like, okay, Grenard trying to become a leader of the team. I like that right there. Yeah, like I say, especially long as you produce on the field. If you're not producing on the field, then I don't want to hear you say nothing. But if you're producing on the field, hey, talk your talk.
Right. Well, let's get into it. Finally, tank mode. Me and you were there, front row. You know what? Before we get into it, I want to say this to you, Texans fans. Me and my boy Crenshaw and his lovely wife were there, front row. We were sitting down trying to watch the game, and people were standing for no reason. We were getting killed already, 7-0. We know you weren't going to win the game, so why are you standing? Why are you blocking the view of a lady trying to watch football just to stand to watch them lose? And then when you're asked nicely, hey, can you sit down? Turn around. Oh, well, we do this all the time. It doesn't matter. It's etiquette. If somebody asks you to sit down, sit your ass down. Point blank.
I know. Because on my ticket, it didn't say the guy in front of you is going to be standing up the whole game.
Right. Exactly.
I mean,
come on, have some manners. Like, if we were winning and it was a good team, I get it. But when you bought the ticket, you knew what you were getting. You knew what you paid for. You were getting a lemon car. It was going to break down eventually. Exactly. So, sit your ass down.
They were just trying to be seen. And, if you stand up and, do some stuff, they trying to get that camera to see them. That's all it was. They was doing it for show. Because there was nothing to cheer for. We didn't get past the 40-yard line, so there's nothing to cheer for.
Well, yeah, and they left, 10 minutes later? Like,
yep, they left and never came back.
Yeah. Like, oh, man, it irritated me. So bad. All right. My Karen mode is off. No more ranting and raving. 31-0. Like I said, me and you were front row. couldn't get, like you said, couldn't get past the 50-yard line. What was your thoughts? What needs to happen?
I mean, the game was indoors. Weather was good. There's no excuse to not move the ball. Um, I don't know what the hell's going on with this Tyrod Taylor guy. Since he come back from the injury, he has not been the same player. I don't know if he's still injured, which we found out that he had some ligaments or whatever. I thought it was going to be season ending, but he practiced today. He needs to play better, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, I don't want to see him no more. Put in number 10, and let's see what Mills going to do. He came in, he didn't do no better, but he can't
He
do
didn't
no
do no
worse
worse
than
either.
yeah, he can't do no worse than what Tyrod's doing. I mean,
but
I want to bash him, say it's a joke, but hell, I don't want to win nothing, no way. So just let the joke keep going on. Let it be a joke. Run game, pass game.
yeah,
I don't care. The only thing I got look forward to is the defense, because the offense we know is not going to do nothing. It's not going to do nothing. So
and
Tim
I had
Kelly,
a lot of Colts fans that are friends of mine, and they said, "It was like, man, you got a good defense. They just can't get off the field." I said, "Yeah, we got a great defense, but when you're on the field, 98% of the time, you're going to give up. You're going to get gassed. We had held Taylor somewhat pretty decently, but we what halftime went in 14-0.
yeah, 14. I believe so. It was 14-0 at the half.
Or was it
And
7-0? I know it was close. It was still a ball game.
yeah, it was still a ball game, and then they just blew it open. Later on.
Yeah, like
It was.
if you had an offense, you're still in that game, but you don't have
Yep.
offense.
Yeah. 14-0.
You
Yeah,
don't
they don't
have
have
the coordinator.
offense.
Like you said, Davis Mills came in the second half, in the third quarter into the fourth. He didn't look great. He didn't look terrible, but now tell me if I'm wrong. But it looked like Tim Kelly had his fingers all in the cookie jar. It looked like it was conservative. It looked like it was just a dried, play out playbook.
It's almost like he's not engaged anymore. It's like they already told him, "Hey, look, we don't want to fire you right now. We're gonna wait." And he just like, it's kind of like at a job when you know they're about to fire you. You don't want to do nothing. Like, man, look, fire me so I get my unemployment. And that's how he is right now. Um, I thought he was gonna let him go after this game, but like I said, I think he's gonna hold on to him and finish the season. But he hasn't looked good since probably week one and the first half of week two. After that, he's went downhill. Now that New England game, he looked good, but for the first half, second half, he didn't look good. So I don't know what's going on with Tim, man. I don't know what's going on with Tim, but I know
And
I'm ready for him to go.
to me that's not fair to Davis Mills. Like you've got to let him be his potential. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
you got to let him throw the ball. What's the worst he's gonna do? What's the worst he's gonna do? Throw an interception first play of the game?
Just like Tyra.
Right, right, right. Let the boy throw the ball. Like he's not gonna come out there and be the next Tom Brady. But damn, man, let him make mistakes. He's a rookie for a
let
reason.
let him cook. Let
Right.
them cook, man. Like, cause you gotta see what you got. You know, I don't know.
Not not
I just
one
don't get
pass
it.
was thrown to a receiver until Davis Mills came into the game. You have the one of the most underrated receivers in the league in Brandon Cooks, and you're not getting
Hmm.
him the ball? Come on, man. Like, what what is you doing?
I know he should have got the ball more. Nico should have got some targets. It's just like I don't know. Like I say, it just I know they know what they're doing. It just they don't. It's like they not caring. They just trying to get the season over with. Like they want to just fast forward to the end of the season.
See, I'm
So
right there with him. I mean, I'm okay with it too. This would be part of if I was playing Madden, I would hit Sim till next season.
yep.
So I'm okay with it. Well, speaking of simming, let's talk next week at NRG against we talked about earlier. Russell Wilson and the Seahawks looks like they're kind of struggling too. So let's break it down. Tell me your predictions and your bold take.
Okay. Well. Um. I Russell's gonna come in and be Russell. I feel like they're gonna win. I want them to win. Um. my bold my bold take, man. This is gonna be a very bold take because this is something that ain't been done in probably over a decade. We're gonna get a special teams touchdown.
Okay,
And,
not
you
since
know,
not since
yeah,
Jay
special team
Jones.
touch. Yeah, so it's been a been a while. Like I said, punt return, kickoff return. So one of them. We need that bad. Get a little spark right there. But I'm looking at Seattle 25, 25-10, man. We're gonna score a touchdown this time, man. We can't go another another week without scoring a touchdown, man. So 25-10, man. 25-10.
All right, so this is what I want to happen. I want the Texans offense to do complete shit because Tim Kelly's the offensive coordinator, and then they finally say, "Well, okay, this guy is not the answer. Let's fire him." But that's not gonna happen. I agree with you, man. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be like 25-3, 28-3. I think
Mm.
Russell Wilson just has his way with us. I mean, he's just a great quarterback. Um, yeah, I can't wait till the end of the season. But I do want us to lose, so you know. But my bold take, I'm going to say Lopez has a sack, a forced fumble, and 2 tackles for loss.
That's a lot. That's a lot. To sack Russ. Well, no, he does get sacked a lot. So yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Hey,
Yeah,
we're gonna take it. We're gonna take it with a grain of salt. We're gonna take it.
right. So this is. Uh, so before we bounce, we'll kind of like we did. What if, like we did last week? So what if you were the GM? Who are you taking with your first pick?
Which number do I have? One, two,
You
or
have number
three?
two.
I got number two. I'm gonna go, especially after hearing this guy today. Gotta go with Hutchinson out of Michigan, especially hearing today because he said that he got a lot of family from Houston. He says his dad, stays in here off in Cyprus. He loves Houston. He knows Houston. So hey, that's a Houstonian to me. So I gotta go with him.
Yeah, I especially
Defensive
what he
end.
what's that?
I said, yeah, defensive end. Put him on
Yeah,
put him on one side. Put him on one side. You got Green on the other side.
yeah.
Lopez in the middle. Hopefully Collins come back, and your front four right there. It's got to get some linebackers in there.
You gotta bring back Kruger Hill. I mean that dude and Kersey. Kersey had a
Yeah,
good season too.
yeah,
So
you got to bring both of them back. Kersey was pretty good on the run. I think he tied in first in
yeah,
the run. So and that's really crazy for a guy that was on the street.
right.
So yeah, yeah.
And that's what that everybody, all these fans were criticizing Tesario for signing all these linebackers. Haha, jokes on you guys. Because look
Mm-hmm.
who's producing the linebacker.
Right.
So
Right, and especially Kruger Hill, they really was upset about him because he's an ex-New England guy. Like,
yeah,
oh man, another damn Patriots guy. Now got to resign this guy. He's
yeah,
leading the team in tackles. I mean, 20 tackles in a game, man. You know how hard that is to get 20 tackles in a game.
yeah.
That's
I'm in the
that's a
fantasy
lot.
league. I'm in the fantasy league where you draft individual defensive
Oh,
players,
players,
and
yeah.
I picked him up like week 3, week 4. I was like, oh yeah, this guy. this guy's gonna give me a lot of tackles, a lot of points. So, and he's done real good. So is Jonathan Gennard.
Yeah.
The guy who's sucking is Justin Reed, but other than that, yeah, man, you have to.
Justin Reed, Walter Payton Player of the Year, Man of the Year.
Yeah. I have to agree with you, man. Especially his performance against Iowa last Saturday. He had I think a sack, and he had like 9 QB hurries. Just the way he gets to the quarterback, you got to have that. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's going to roll over into NFL because you never know, but you got to work on the defense is what your identity is. So that's constantly improve our defense, and our offense will fall into place.
I mean, they say that this team reminds them of the, the first season, but worse. And those years of Don Capers, it was all defense.
Yeah.
And the offense didn't come along till Gary Kubiak came. So,
and no doubt that Clint Kubiak,
hey,
we're hollering at you, boy.
We're hollering at you, Clint, man. Get this run game right and get this quarterback right. Roll him out, man. Roll him out. Let him hit somebody down the field.
Right. So, all right, man. With that being said, any last words?
No, man. No last words. All I can say, man. Last weekend was cool, man. We hanging out and everything, back-to-back days and everything. But other than that,
I most definitely do it again.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, it was great to see my hometown, Houston, get to see the fans. Other than the ones that stood up and were assholes, I mean everybody else was great. So and especially kicking it with you and your lovely wife, it was fun, man. It was a blast, and it meant a lot to me. So, well, let's tell these folks where we can find some smart knowledge on Twitter for Texans football.
You can find me at Fifth Ward Crenshaw
everywhere, and you can find me at Cancel Tim Kelly. Like if you want to start a petition, let's start that petition. Get rid of this man. Like what is you doing? And of course, you can find us at Texas Fan Battle everywhere, and check out our new network, the Fan Battle Sports Network. If you're interested in starting a podcast, or you have your own podcast and you need some help, come to the dark side. We'll help you out. So other than that, guys, well, it's been fun, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.